Hi Gokul, it's great to have you here.
Hey, hi Shailaja. Thank you so much for having me here.
Awesome. Would love to uh, get a walkthrough of what you guys are building, and was this the problem statement that you guys were struggling with, or how did you discover the problem statement that you guys started solving?
Sure. So Signals AI is the delivery brain for AI first engineering organizations.
Yeah,
So in the current AI world, every team that we speak with generating a lot of lines of code,
yeah,
right? So coding is supercharged by all the AI tools out there in the market.
yeah,
The problem is, the real problems the customers are sitting with is the delivery speed. It hasn't changed.
right.
The reason is this problem is something very close to us because I've led a lot of engineering teams, and I was, building, heavy workload in terms of delivery, etc.
Yeah,
Always the problem was never coding or not only coding, right?
yeah,
So always the problem is the work around coding. So that's where the problem is.
fair
So
enough.
that's what we are building. So
Yeah,
the work around coding involves a lot of planning, your coordination with all the AI tools right now, the context across all the AI tools that you need to manage.
yeah,
So that affects your delivery outcomes or delivery speed.
yeah.
So that's what Signals is set to solve for.
That's very interesting. Would also love to understand that, you know, right now all of us investors hear a lot about AI and
Yeah.
agents across the world. So what is what is so hard about the problem that you guys are solving, and how do you convey the defensibility of the business?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard because, the hard part is actually in explaining them the value. Value in not only connecting tools across your organizations, be it
Yeah.
your, GitHub or your CI/CD pipelines or Jira or Slack. The hard part is actually explaining the value that comes from the continuous context and also the delivery
Yeah.
intelligence that is built on top of these tools. So that's the hardest part to sell to the existing
Yeah.
investors. The reason is, the moat doesn't comes from just the graph, not just the graph. It also comes from the delivery context or agent that you build on top of it, or the intelligence that you build on top of it, so
Yeah.
that your delivery is actually faster and it actually adapting to your coding speed. Yeah.
Right. Well, fair enough. And would love to go a little deeper
Yeah.
on this,
Yeah.
right? Say I am a VP of an engineering team and I'm using all these tools across the Jira, GitHub,
Yeah.
etc. So how does my workflow or my daily work change when I'm using you guys?
This is a great question. So because so in a simpler words, right? So we call it as like Jira is a system of tickets or system of record for tickets. Git is a system of record for code. Your Slack is for conversations, and
Yeah.
your CI/CD pipelines is for build. But if you look at all these things are connected, and
Right.
if you want to understand this, you need to build a delivery intelligence on top of it, and that's what Signals is actually building for. It just not connects with these tools. It actually connects all these tools, build the knowledge graph, build the context, and build delivery intelligence on top of it, so that
Right.
you not only code faster, but you also deliver faster at the
Right.
same rate that you're writing code. So that's what
Got it.
VP of engineering or a CTO of engineering really would like to do, because that's
Yeah.
what is actually solving the real customer problem for them, which is the delivery speed and not just the coding speed.
Right. And I think that brings me to another question that I had in mind. Uh, when you're selling a tool like that
Yeah.
learns a lot of context, it over time becomes better and better as you
Yeah.
keep using it, right? So when you go into these rooms where you're engaging with these companies,
Yeah.
how do they get convinced with your solution vis-a-vis some of the other competitors that they might be testing out or trying to understand?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, right? So we are still early, but the traction is really great. So we have design partners, move to paid customers, and a lot of pilots running, and
Yeah.
also we have initial conversations with a lot of enterprises in India, Southeast Asia, and US.
Yeah.
The reason that we are able to convince our customers is because these are real problems our customers are sitting with, or the AI first engineering leaders are sitting with.
Yeah.
They are investing a lot in AI tools.
Right.
But the problem is they want to understand what's the real impact that it actually has on their business metrics or engineering metrics. So one of the CTO just told us, what, my team is spending on AI every month on month,
Yeah.
but they are still asking for more hires. So it's really contradictory. So I don't know how to
Yeah.
solve this problem, right? So that's where exactly Signals come and help these
Right.
engineering leaders, right? So all other tools out there in the market, they just connect with all the workplace apps, build a dashboard, provide some insights on top of it. We
Yeah.
just don't do that. So what we do is that's just a base layer for us. So
Right.
we just go build on top of it, get all the context, which is your team's context, not the organizational context, which is actually very relevant for you to drive your delivery. So not only your coding is faster, so every team's delivery is also faster. So
Right.
whatever is there in people's head today is all there with Signals today, right? So it's the
Very
mode that we
interesting.
actually go with, and that's how engineering leaders are getting convinced with their product.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, very interesting. And would love to understand what is the moment in a pilot where the team goes from being curious about testing something new or being excited about trying something new to being convinced that this is something that they need on a daily basis in their workflows.
Yeah. So they start with they want really visibility or traceability. That's how they start with. But once you connect signals within just 15 minutes, they get it. So once they see it, then
Yeah.
they don't just stop there. So they say they know what do I know next. So that's the second curious question they ask, right? So now I understand. Okay, this is my bottleneck. What do I do next? And that's
Yeah.
where exactly Signals helps in. So basically, it has the delivery agents that I talked about. It actually gets the bottlenecks. It fixes them for the customers so that they don't have to do this manual grunt work or coordination or planning or even the bottleneck fixing, etc. Right? So everything is
Yeah.
done through our agents, which actually helps them deliver faster. So that's the momentum that we see with our early pilots or early customers. That's what they're curious about,
Yeah.
and that's what is actually helping us.
Very cool. I think this was a very interesting conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking out the time.
And thank you so much for having me here. Thanks a lot.